We just docked in Catalina Island. It's our first time here. We have a tour where we're gonna go see some bison and some other landmarks. I will show you everything we do today and I'll let you know how much it costs.
Valerie, Kyle Travel Channel.
If you're new here, welcome to Valerie and Kyle Travel Channel. We talk about travel and money, how much it costs to travel. I am going to tell you everything we did on our Catalina Island 2-hour insider tour. This was a Viator tour that we booked. We did get an awesome rebate on it. Check it out. Catalina Island is a tender port, or was a tender port for us on Royal Caribbean. The tickets were pretty easy. We just had to pick them up in the morning. You had a 2-hour time frame to pick them up. You hop on the tender, get on Catalina Island, get your day started. Make sure you leave plenty of time at the end because the line was long to get back on the tender to the ship. I think it was from when we got in line an hour from waiting to when we were back in our cabin. Not too bad. I don't like tender ports very much, to be honest, but it was fairly organized, really easy to navigate. We found the tour on Viator, where we find almost all of our tours these days instead of going through the ship because it is way more expensive when you book through the cruise ship. Viator has just been really awesome lately. So we do book through Capital One, the shopping portal. We will go in Viator, look at a couple different options for excursions, and then we will wait until we get a targeted offer from the Capital One shopping portal where they say, hey, if you book this, here's a 40% rebate. That rebate gets put into the Capital One shopping portal as points that you can use later for gift cards. We use ours for groceries, dog food, daily things we would already be spending money on, but we are getting cash back essentially by booking through Viator using the Capital One shopping portal. If you don't do that already, it's a great way to save money. We are doing it on almost every trip, as you'll see. The Catalina Island 2-hour insider and adventure tour was $86 per person. Starting off, we had the 40% rebate. We got an amazing deal on this one. We ended up paying $206.40 for 4 people, so a little over $50 for a multiple more than 2 hour, I'd say between 2.5 and 3 hour tour where you drive all the way up to the airport in the sky. And along the way, you're looking for wildlife, and the tour guide is telling you all about the history of the island, which is fascinating. It is so interesting. Looking at the Viator tour, there are some very recent reviews where people said, hey, reminder, you're not guaranteed to see wildlife. If you want to see it for sure, go with a different tour. We also didn't see any buffalo the whole time. No bison, buffalo, whatever they call them. We didn't see any. And it was a little bit disappointing because I really thought we were guaranteed to see those. We may not see one of the Catalina Island foxes. Totally flipped that on its head. We did see some foxes. Those are going to come up in a little bit, but we didn't see any buffalo. Here's the tour bus. It is open air, so it looks like it's 6 rows of 2. So pretty good view wherever you sit. On the drive up to the airport in the sky, our tour guide told us so much about the Catalina Island Conservancy. They take care of the inland part of the island, the protected lands, and then also about the Wrigleys. Yes, Wrigley as in Wrigley Chewing Gum, Wrigley Stadium, Chicago Cubs, the Wrigleys, who got to Catalina Island in 1919, and the rest is history. Their involvement is massive in the island. Definitely go and either take the tour or do your own research. It's fascinating. There's so much more than I could even relay in this video, but we learned all of that on this tour. The main reason we booked this tour was to see one of the bison on Catalina Island. I'll talk a little bit more about them later, but as I did a little bit of research on the things that we could see, it was more important for me to see the Catalina Island Fox because they are so cute and precious and adorable. And I know that they are wild creatures. However, man, oh man, would I love to just hold one and pet it. I think they're so cute. So, the Catalina Island Fox, we got to see two on the way up to the airport in the sky. They do have island dwarfism, which means that they're 25% smaller than their closest relative, which is going to be the gray fox. The craziest story that we heard was in 1999, a raccoon stowed away, they think, on a ship and brought with it to the island canine distemper virus, which wiped out 90% of the Catalina Island fox population. That is an incredible amount of foxes that were wiped out from one raccoon. And these are 4 to 6 pound itty bitty little guys. They don't have any predators on the island. So their immune systems are not ready for viruses from other areas. So the Catalina Island Conservancy, they put in so much work and effort to rebuild the population. I'm going to include a link to a video about that in the notes. Check that out if you're interested. It's so fascinating, and I just love these little guys, these little foxes. They are so cute. I'm going to say it again. And let's take a look at the ones that we saw.
Oh, there's two, right? Okay, there's still two over here. Yeah, the next one's
Are you kidding me?
Oh, we gotta keep moving? Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to keep moving. Yeah.
The airport in the sky. This is 1,602 feet up. It's going to be 10 miles from the city's center. It is a really, really unique little place. There's a shop, there's a restaurant, but you get to see all over the place on your way up. You're going to get beautiful views. We made it. We're at the airport in the sky. So we are at the airport. We have 10 minutes here to go explore. And they were talking about how the Wrigleys have a plane still in there. They're a huge part of the island's history, which I had no idea about. I'll show you what's inside. Inside to the airport in the sky. Oh, fun. Look at him. Look at the buffalo. That's so cute. So there is like a little shop that has some food and stuff, but they said don't buy anything because we're only here for like 10 minutes. Do not feed the foxes. He told us a whole story about people who were caught feeding the foxes.
Things over there?
Yeah. I ran right into it.
Oh, on the phone you can see the color, but in real life.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, in real life it just looks like nothing. That guy's gonna take off. Oh. Got one. Look at him go. Whee!
Saw a plane take off.
There he is.
Gotta find our own fox.
It's amazing that our tour guide said one thing kind of like not haphazardly, but just, oh, here's this. And I went down a rabbit hole because it's so fascinating to me. SearsHouses.com. This is all the Sears house kits that were sold that they could find or prove that was an actual Sears house kit. So between 1908 and 1940, about 75,000 Sears houses were sold from a catalog. They don't know the exact number. They don't know exactly who they were sold to. There's no record. But our tour guide said that there's one on Catalina Island. So we didn't get to drive exactly past it. Dang it, I wish I had the address. I could not find it on this website, but also people have to submit the houses and have them verified to make it on the list. So It's just fascinating. These houses, I went down a rabbit hole on them. I'm going to share a little bit because you might find it interesting too. So, like I said, these houses were sold from the Sears catalog between 1908 and 1940, anywhere from $650 to $2,500 for the kit and the blueprints. To have it delivered and you put the house up, they give you all the materials. That is so crazy. Which then led me to a Reddit post about someone who saw one that recently was put up for sale and sold in California for $925,000. That's insane. I mean, even on the higher end of the kit being 2,500, let's double that to 5,000 to have it sold now for almost $1 million is crazy, but it's real. It's a thing that happened, and I had to do a deep dive and share it because this is one of the things I found so fascinating on this tour. I wish I could have seen the house that he said was on Catalina Island. I would have loved to have gotten a picture of it. If you know the address, that's creepy, but if you know the address or the house, let me know. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I want to see it. I want to see what these catalog houses look like. And it seems less crazy now because you can get like tiny homes delivered and you can get like home kits delivered. But can you imagine picking up a catalog and saying, oh, I'll just take this house? I can't imagine that. I think it's so interesting. Going back to the bison just for 1 minute. So 16 bison were brought to Catalina Island in 1924, and they believe it was for Zane Grey's film, The Vanishing American. So he was an author. He lived on the island. He has a house there. We drove past it. They never used the footage, so they just let the bison live there. And the population went up, and then they moved some, it went back down, and then they started kind of maintaining the population. So last I read or heard, they were down to about 150 in the herd, which if you think about that and the size of the island, kind of makes sense as to how it might be difficult to see them now compared to when the population was much bigger. Again, we did not see any bison on this tour, and that was the reason we took it. I'm not upset about it. I feel like if I really wanted to see them and that was my whole reason for taking the tour, I would be more upset. But based on how good the tour was, how much we learned, and seeing the foxes, I'm okay with it. I feel like what we saw during this tour was just an intro into what the island has to offer. There's so many other things that we didn't see or do, and I can't wait to go back. I actually really want to go back. I think it's so fun, and it's such a nice island to walk around. The downtown area is so pretty. I loved it. I loved it. Have you been? What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Next week, we have Ensenada. I know. You're thinking, haven't you done Ensenada before? Aren't you sick of Ensenada? Yes, we've done it. This is our 4th time. I had to think back and count the amount of times we've been. Our 4th time there. This one we did a Viator tour and I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait for you to see it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the videos. We'll be back. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next trip.
Goodbye, everybody, goodbye.